Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing some decluttering, and I figured I would sit down and film this because I had to do it anyways, and I figured you guys would probably want to know, what foundations and stuff that I am keeping and continuing to use. Not only that, but I will also give you guys like shades, if you care, of the foundations and concealers, because we're going to be doing foundations, concealers, and primers. I believe that's all I have here today. So kind of going one drawer at a time, and if you guys like this video, you can let me know down below and we can do more, because I have all those drawers that I need to go through. Honestly, this is just the one that I'm starting with, but keep in mind we're going through it to get rid of old products or products that I don't really care about and want to use really, and we're going to be replacing it with some new stuff. We're making room for new things, okay? Now, I don't know if you guys remember or not, but in a previous video, I did state I want to be more intentional with what I buy, and I don't want to just buy things just for the sake of buying them. So we're going to go through everything, start fresh, and, get everything decluttered. I have everything pulled over to the side of me. I took it out of the drawer that it was in. Everything was kind of organized in there, but at the same time kind of thrown in there. But I have it here on the side. We're going to go through it one by one, and I think I'm going to start with the foundations. But before we start, let me just address the elephant in the room. Yes, my hair is darker. I did talk about it on the vlog, but obviously this video I feel is going to go up before the vlog because I'm currently still vlogging. So I did dye my hair. The goal was to go darker. It was to take the red out, or burgundy, whatever color that was. It was definitely some shade of red. But the goal was to take that out. I wasn't intentionally trying to go like black, because that's what I feel this is. But we ended up here anyways. I'm not mad about it. It's definitely grown on me. At first I was a little scared, like, what did you do? But let me know what you guys think about the color in the comments. Again, it's growing on me, and I kind of do like it. It's been a long time since I've been all dark, But don't worry, the blonde is coming back at some point. It's coming back. So I have this basket that I pulled out that I'm going to use to put the products that I want to keep here. And then everything that I'm not keeping, I'm just going to kind of push off to the side on the table, because I don't really have any other box or, situation like this to kind of put it in. Oh, what the heck happened here? Anyways, I got this from Target, by the way. I think this was in the Dollar Days section, so I don't know if they have it anymore, but I thought it was cute. No, I lied. I got this from Walmart. Walmart's always trying to compete with Target now. I ain't mad about it. Compete on. But yeah, I think this was actually from Walmart. Anyways, so I'm going to set that in front of me, and we are going to start with foundations, and we're going to start with the obvious stuff first, I feel, which is my newer purchases. Of course, I'm not going to get rid of those. So first I have the Makeup by Mario foundation. I feel like with the new purchases that I've made, this by far has been the best in terms of shade match. So this one is in, I said in my video, that just reminded me. In the video that I did for this, I called the shade 140. It's actually 14 elemento. Yeah. 14 O as in the letter. Okay. So it's not 140. But that is the shade that I have for this foundation. And again, I feel like this is my perfect match. So I am actually, how on Sephora, when you buy foundations, or before you buy foundations, you can put in the shade of a different one, and it kind of gives you what they feel would be best for you in that new foundation that you're looking at. Yeah, this is going to be my, like the shade I use as a guideline to figure out shades in other products. So keeping that, definitely. And then obviously I am going to keep both of the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter foundations. So these, I feel at this point I've used them enough to kind of know how I feel about them and where I would kind of like use them in my makeup routine. And for me personally, I would use this as a mixer to mix in with another foundation, whether that be something natural or full coverage. I would not use these on their own by any means, but I am going to keep both shades because this one I feel like, is this the right one? Yeah. Medium tan is what I feel to be more like a summer shade, and it definitely gives me that tan look. And medium has more of just like a natural enhanced glow, maybe even slightly lighter. So maybe colder months for this one. I don't know, but I'm going to keep both of these, medium and medium tan. So those are in the keep pile. And then what I feel like is my favorite foundation right now, and it's also the foundation that I have on my face. If my voice sounds weird, I am coming up from a cold. I feel good, but I'm coming up from a cold, so that's just a side note that I don't think anybody cared about. But anyways, my number one foundation right now has to be this one from Sephora. This is their Perfection, is that Perfection? Yeah, Perfection Mist Airbrush Foundation. And this one is in Honey. So I feel like I love just the airbrush look, number one, that it gives. And it just looks flawless on the skin. It's so lightweight, effortless, and I really, really love this one. So this is at the top of my list. Even considering any new foundations that I've purchased, top of the list. I also want to make mention that the NYX Blur Tint Foundation, I no longer have in my collection. I did give that foundation to my twin sister. We're twins, but her complexion is a little deeper and she likes it. I liked it, even though I had to use a lighter concealer, which is fine at the end of the day. It's not a big deal, but I wanted to find my perfect shade, if you will. So I'm still on the hunt for that. They didn't have the shade I think will best suit me in stock, because I did have her check for me. But just throwing that out there, it's no longer in my collection. I have given that to her, but I do plan on putting it back into my collection because honestly, I did really love the finish of that foundation. So now on to other things. Let's start with the Maybelline Superstay. I feel like I have another one. Yes, I do. So I have two, actually. Same shades, just two. Why do I have two? Well, let me tell you. So I have, this is the one that I bought first, and I guess they repackaged the, no, they rebranded. They went from 24 hours to 30. I'm just now noticing that. Not that anybody's wearing that foundation that long, but they're both in Golden Doré. I think this is also another good match in terms of foundation shade for me. And this is the Maybelline Superstay Activewear. Wait a minute. So this one says Superstay Activewear, right? 30 hour, new packaging. This one says Superstay Full Coverage. Are they the same? I don't know. But as you guys can see, I really love this foundation. It works really well. I'm a fan. Definitely has coverage, and I've used quite a bit of this, but I've had this for a while. And then I have the newer one, so I don't need two of the same thing. So I'm gonna, the older one I'm going to put to the side, and this one I am gonna keep because I do like it. Okay, I love, love, love Nars products. Complexion, let me just say that. Like concealer, foundation, cream products, some like blush. Eyeshadow is probably like the only thing that I'm like on. But anyways, these right here, the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, clearly this one was generously loved. Like, you guys know this was generously loved. Obviously, I've had it in my drawer and in my collection for such a long time that I think it's time to part with it. Not because I don't love it, but because I've had it for so long and it's basically turning into liquid at this point. So I have two different shades here. Honestly, I've had 3 shades in this foundation. I don't really know what my perfect match is if I'm being completely transparent, but like I said, using the Mario foundation, I did go on Sephora to kind of figure out what my best shade is in their newest foundation that I plan to pick up. So just stay tuned to the videos. I'll be using it very soon. But anyways, I do have these two that I am gonna throw out and put to the side because they are definitely expired at this point. And one is in Syracuse, which is the one that is most loved, and this one is in Stromboli, which has gotten a little love but not a lot. So I'm really sad, and it's hard to see these go even if I don't use them, but I will be repurchasing. Moving on to this Morphe foundation. This one is in Tan 18, and I have to say I did like it, but it's not anything revolutionary that, you know, it's not sticking, you know. And if something ain't sticking, it means that it just probably wasn't, you know, that great. I mean, it was good, but not great, not good enough for me to want to keep. Again, this is their Filter Effect Soft Focus Foundation. It's medium to full coverage, and this is in Tan 18, which was a pretty good match for me as well. But I am gonna have to say goodbye to this because I don't pull for it. I don't use it ever. And this is actually supposed to be a dupe, if you will, for the Nars. So this is the Nars Soft Matte, and this one is in Syracuse too, I believe. Hold on. Yeah, Syracuse. Now the thing with this, I will say, is that Syracuse in the Natural Radiant Foundation, that's Stromboli. So Syracuse in this one is not the same as Syracuse in this one. Actually needed a shade a little lighter than Syracuse, but when I'm tan, it is a better match for me, but I'm clearly not tan at all right now. So I really don't want to part with this just because I do really love this. I actually prefer this one over this one, the Morphe. I prefer Nars. So I really don't want to get rid of it, but I do know I need a better shade, at least, especially for like right now when I'm lighter. I do need a different shade. So I know I should probably put this to the side, but I'm not going to. I'm going to put it in my keep pile. I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. Oh, I do have a newer one that I have purchased. The Mcgrath Labs. Love this. Love the finish of it. This is in medium 15. And this is also a pretty good match for me. And you can build this foundation up. It's a little pricey, but I feel like it's worth the money, you know, that you spend. So if you have a little extra coin in your pocket and you're looking to splurge on a foundation, I would recommend this. It looks really nice. I've gotten lots of compliments wearing it, and it is a really good one. So again, this is medium 15. And it comes with a pump, and it's really cute. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone knows what this is at this point, but if you don't know, this foundation is definitely a keep. So here I have the Huda Beauty foundation stick. This is in Tres Leches. This was also a pretty good match for me. I have to say, it was a nice foundation, just very creamy, but I think I'm going to have to pass on this. I'm not really into stick foundations these days. It just, I don't know, it's a thicker texture, if you will, when you apply it and stuff. And it's not as lightweight as other foundations. So I do like it, but I'm just not into it. And I feel like if I keep it, it's just going to sit in my drawer. And what's the point of keeping something that's just going to sit there? We only have 4 left. This is getting really hard. We've put 5 to the side and kept 7. Yeah, I'm doing real good over here. So we only have 4 left. I have actually even 2 drugstore and 2 high-end. But anyways, let's start with the Nars Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. I don't think I've kept a tinted moisturizer yet. No. Okay, so I am going to keep this one. This one is in St. Moritz, medium 1. You know, it took me a minute to get my hands on this specific shade because it was hard to find a Sephora with it in stock. So I'm definitely keeping this. I do like the easiness of the product, the versatility of the product. You can use it with something on its own. It's very versatile in that way, and I do love the formula of this. So I am going to keep this one. But I'm also going to keep my Fenty Beauty Eaze Drop foundation as well. It is kind of like a tinted moisturizer, but it's marketed as a blurring skin tint. This is in the shade 12. I do like this one as well, so I'm going to keep this as well. Yeah, I'm going to keep both of those. And then we have the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. I have used this and repurchased this because I do genuinely enjoy using this. I'm going to keep this. This is in medium 330W. If I didn't say that, I feel like I did though. But I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep it just a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer because I do like this and I have repurchased this, so clearly I like it, so I'm gonna keep that. And then we have the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. Now I do love their setting mist in this Pretty Fresh line. I don't really reach for this foundation too much, but it is nice, but I don't reach for it too much. So I am going to put this to the side, but this is in medium 100W, if you're curious. So, I think we did pretty good. Probably not, but, you know, it's a start. At least we got some stuff out of the way. I used to have tons of, you know, products, foundations, primers, concealers, the whole nine. And I did a huge declutter before I moved. And this is probably the second time that I'm decluttering my makeup, or no, it's the first time I'm decluttering my makeup since then, but second time overall that I'm decluttering makeup. Okay, so I do have quite the number of concealers, and I feel like a lot of these I can honestly get rid of. So I have the newest probably concealer that I've purchased, the NYX Bear With Me concealer. And this is in the shade Golden. I can't say I'm obsessed with this concealer, and I know I just bought it, but I'm actually going to put this over here because I'm going to either give that to my youngest sister or my twin sister, one of the two, to have, because I'm not crazy about that concealer. Honestly, it's more like a natural concealer, but it really doesn't have much coverage. Then I have this one from Sephora. This is their Best Skin Ever. I'm going to keep this one. I really do love this concealer from Sephora, and this is in 20N. So I'm going to keep that. I also have this Bounce concealer by Beauty Blender, and this one is in the shade 3.50W Tan Sand, which, hold on, is the same shade that I have in this Nars not Nars, wow, Tarte, so sorry. I'm gonna set both of these to the discard pile. I used to be obsessed with Tarte Shape Tape. Definitely don't use it anymore at all. I don't even remember the last time I've used this, so I'm not even going to keep this. And I do not like the consistency of this Beauty Blender one either. I'm not a fan. It's like a whipped formula. Not a fan. Okay, and then I have my Rare Beauty concealers. I'm going to keep both of these because I still use these pretty often. So I have 310W, which is more of a brighter under eye, and then I have 320W, which gives me my skin tone complexion just slightly lighter, a little bit of a brightening effect, but not as much as this one, obviously. So I'm going to keep both of these. Those are like kind of like a natural concealer, but it does have a little bit more coverage, definitely more coverage than this, so that is going to stay. And then we have the Dose of Colors concealer. This is the Meet Your Hue, and this one is in medium tan 20. I'm going to keep this one as well because I do love the formula of this. So we're going to keep her. And I have this one. I don't know how long I've had this one. This is the Undercover concealer from Pretty Vulgar, and this is in the shade The Middle Ground. This is a really nice concealer. Definitely a natural type concealer in my opinion. It's been a minute since I've used this. I've honestly had this in my collection for a while, so I am going to discard it because I feel like it's expired at this point. But this is a really nice concealer. And then I have this one from e.l.f. This is the 16-hour Camo Concealer in Tan Sand as well. Wow, I had 3 concealers in the same shades, but different brands. But this one is actually really good. I do love this one. I've never tried the hydrating one, but I do like this one. I like this one a lot. I use it pretty frequently, so there's probably not much left in here. I'm gonna put this in the discard pile, but I am gonna pick up another one, like today, from Ulta, in the same shade. So Tan Sand in the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. Okay, and then we have a couple more concealers. We're almost done with those. So we have this one from Maybelline. This is the Fit Me Concealer. A lot of people rave about this, but honestly, it's nothing that I feel is revolutionary or that is worth keeping, truthfully. I'm not crazy about it. It's not horrible, but I'm not crazy about it. So I am just going to discard this, but I did use 20 Sand in this one, but I'm not keeping that. And then I have my Hourglass concealer in Fawn, which is super, super brightening, that shade. I would definitely get a deeper shade, not too deep, because obviously I still want it to make my face light and bright, but I would definitely get a deeper shade in this concealer. I'm going to keep this though, because I clearly do use it. It's not something that I don't use by any means. I use the concealer. Okay, even if it's just a little bit, but I am going to keep that one because it is a nice concealer. So I have the Nars Soft Matte. That's what this is? Yeah. Soft Matte Complete Concealer. This one's empty. Don't ask me why I have an empty container in my drawers. So obviously I'm going to put this in the discard pile, but this is medium dark 1 in Biscuit. I love this shade to prime my eyelids. I actually like to use it underneath my eyes too if I needed to. But the new shade that I got in this, I don't even know where it's at, honestly. I don't know where I put it. Gotta find it. It's a lighter shade, and I'm not crazy about the lighter shade, so I would stick to Biscuit moving forward. But I need to get more of that, because when I tell you it's empty, and this lasts a really long time, honestly. Look how empty that is. Empty. I literally scraped the bottom of that. Alright, and then these 2 products that I have, these are not concealers per se. They're more like color correcting things. So I have the Fenty Beauty Bright Fix. I'm keeping this in Honey, and that just helps, you know, brighten your under eyes and cover up dark circles. And I'm also keeping this. This is the Pixie Correction Brightening Peach Concentrate. So I am keeping this because this just helps with dark marks and stuff. And honestly, I just picked this back up the other day. Love it. So now we're going to jump into primers, and I'm going to try and do this kind of fast just because I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time. So first we have the Tatcha Silk Canvas. I still use this primer and I like it, especially the fact that it has like skincare benefits incorporated into the formula is great. So we're going to keep her. We're also going to keep the e.l.f. Putty Primer, the acne fighting version, because again, skincare incorporated, and this is a nice blurring primer. I don't really care too much for like the silicone feeling pore blurring type primers. It's not my vibe, but I definitely like something like that, nice and creamy. And I'm also going to keep my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base because we love her. And then I have the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer. I wanted to love this, like love, love, love it. It's nice and all, but I'm not totally crazy about the, is it this or is it, or am I getting this confused? Hold on, let me see. No, I think I'm getting this confused. Hold on. Oh, I'm tripping. I'm so sorry. Not the right product. Okay, we're keeping her. I do like this one. I don't know what I was thinking. I know what I was thinking. Okay, anyway, we're gonna move on from that. So I am keeping the Laura Mercier primer. And then we have Rare Beauty. This is the pore diffusing primer as well. This one's actually really nice. It gives me the vibe of Milk Makeup in a sense, but it does more than the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip. So we're gonna keep her. I have this dewy primer from Milani. I've used a good amount of this product, but I think I'm gonna actually put this to the side, as well as the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Face Primer, because I've had this for a very, very long time. You guys don't want to know how long I've had this. So I'm gonna just put that to the side as well. And then I have the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer that we just finished talking about. And, you know, I don't really use stuff like this nowadays for my priming portion of my skin. I just feel like I do such a good job with skincare that I don't necessarily need a primer like that. So I'm going to put that to the side because I've had it for a while anyways. And then I have the Dew Primer from e.l.f. But considering, oh, I left it up there. I just got the e.l.f. What is that one called? I think Power Grip Primer with the niacinamide. You guys know what I'm talking about, especially if you watched the Get Ready With Me where I used it. So since I bought that one, I'm going to put this one to the side because I don't need two of kind of like the same situation, you know? And then I have some from, wow, I cannot get these names right. I have some from Nars, I'm sorry. The Pore and Shine Control Primer. This I do not like. So I'm going to toss that. But I do like, however, this Radiance Primer. I really, really like this for a nice glowy base. Amazing. So I'm going to keep her. And then we have some serums. Oh no, we have some other primers as well. Okay, we have one more. This is the Hard Candy Hydrating Primer. So this is very similar to the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip, the e.l.f. one, you know, all of those kinds. So since I'm keeping the e.l.f., I'm going to put this one to the side because I don't need multiples of the same stuff, you know, in certain things. Let me just say that, because some things I do like multiples. Okay, and then finally we have some serums here. So let's just go through those really quickly. So we have this one from Elmis. This is the Superfood Glow Priming Moisturizer. So not only is it a primer, but it's also a moisturizer, skincare, and priming in one. We love that over here. It is a great product, but I don't reach for it too often, so I am going to put this to the side just because I don't pull for it. And then I have these two products here from L'Oreal and Milani. I have a product similar to this from the J.Lo line. I use it for skincare more than I do makeup, so I'm going to toss both of these. And my girlfriend actually uses the deeper shade of the L'Oreal for her skincare. She likes to mix it in with her moisturizer. She likes a little glow, just like me. I mix mine in with my SPF. So I'm going to get rid of both of these because I just don't use them and I don't need multiple of that specific thing. And then finally we have the Smashbox Primer Oil. Clearly I don't use it that much, you know, it's still pretty full. I'm going to give this another go around just to see how I feel about it because I don't remember, so I'm going to keep that one. And then I have the Glowy Makeup Serum by Laneige, which I love. Okay, I like to use this when I do my makeup, but I also like to use it for just skincare purposes, so I'm keeping this. Alright, you guys, so we have completed everything. I've gone through all the different products. I feel like I do got quite a bit of products that I kept, but I also have to keep in mind that this isn't just foundations or concealers. Like, it's a mixture of stuff. So these are the things that I'm keeping, but I've also gotten rid of a lot of things, especially things that have been sitting in my drawer for some time. So I'm really happy about that, you know. Progress over perfection, and we have to start somewhere. So I think I did a pretty good job. I still have other drawers to go through and complete. So if you guys enjoyed, this video and you want more decluttering videos and you want to, go into my drawers with me and declutter some more stuff, definitely let me know in the comments. I will absolutely film that for you guys. Sometimes my mind is just, I don't know, I'm one track minded sometimes, and I'm just doing things and not realizing like, oh, maybe they would enjoy this. Maybe they would enjoy, doing this with me instead of just, doing it myself off camera. But definitely let me know in the comments down below. I thank you guys for hanging out with me, especially if you've lasted this long. If you aren't subscribed, definitely consider subscribing, and hopefully I will catch each and every one of you in my next upload.